Non-negotiables in relationships. And I'm going to start there.
I want to talk about my non-negotiables.
Oh, okay.
I
For
do
real.
not share. I do not share.
Throw my whole pH off.
Let me tell you.
With your community dick. No, we're not finna do that. Sarah, what's your non-negotiable?
Well, it's not that. I mean,
No.
It's gonna. Everybody, please hold your butts to your seats. It's very important.
Hold on.
I have failed the black community.
so here's where I'm coming from, because this is personal for me. And on your show, we keep it real.
We keep it
over
real.
here.
That's the only reason why we're here. You like? All right, it's another Say Something with Cheré episode, and my girlfriends are back, and we're going to talk about non-negotiables. Non-negotiables in the workplace, non-negotiables with dating, and non-negotiables in friendships. We got to cut the line, draw the line, have boundaries somewhere, and we're going to talk about it today. Okay, meet me on the set. That's what we're going to do, and I told you my girlfriends are back. Help me welcome to the set my girl Rhonda, Erianna, Sarah, and Felicia. Why I just seen Felicia name? Cuteness. Oh, body yada yada yada. Yes, dress. All right, so welcome back to another episode. I already said that. Anyways, my girls are here back on the set, and I know you may be familiar with them, but for those of you who are just tuning in to the Girlfriends Edition, this is my girl Rhonda, real estate agent, healing coach. See, I know them, but they wear many hats. This is my girl Erianna. She is an organizing consultant. Did I say it right?
You got it.
And production assistant here at Say Something. This is my girl, Sarah LaRose. Sarah is a music artist. Did I get that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you.
Jazz, neo-soul music artist. She got a lot going on too. We'll get into that, okay? And then my girl, Felicia, who I passionately call Fifi. So Felicia is an entrepreneur. She is the CEO of Etta.
Crown and Body.
Who Crown
Hair
and
product.
Body.
Hair
Yes, for the natural hair girls. I love Etta. I love the packaging and everything. So that is Felicia. She is also a content creator, vlogger, master vlogger, I should say. And I'm your host, Cheré. We're back. Hey, girls. Hey. So we got so much to talk about. We're going to do some girl talk, and it just really like condensed into non-negotiables. I feel like that is something when we talk about it, really that's what it comes down to. Like we're just kind of like in and out, taking what we like, what we don't like, and we're talking about the mistakes we made. So at this point in our life, we have non-negotiables in 3 different areas: in the workforce, corporate America, in our relationships, and our friendships. Relationships meaning boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, whatever you choose to be with or deal with these days. If you can deal with a husband, just deal with them. So let's start with drum roll. Non-negotiables in relationships. And I'm gonna start there because have y'all seen Love is Blind?
Yes, I saw a little. I saw a little bit.
You better
of
not
that.
say no.
I saw the clip where he leaves her at the altar.
Oh my goodness.
I was like, this is,
Oh
I was like,
my.
this is foolishness.
Oh.
Well, no, that's the story's design.
I know. So I saw it as entertainment because
It
it
is.
could not have been, and let me not say that and let me not judge. I saw it as entertainment. Girl, you went to that altar and he wasn't sure?
But I feel like he really led her on to
Oh, he
think.
was enjoying it. His face was like, well, I mean, it was like a player move.
Yep, and that's how
It
we
was a
felt
player
like
move for me.
in his mind. He knew that he wasn't, but he put
Yes.
the blame a lot. I'm not even gonna say the blame because when you hear him talk about it, it really is his father. He was ruined by his mother and father. He kept saying the whole time, my father was a Casanova. He's a smooth one. He's a cheater. And
See, I didn't even hear all of that, and I knew it was a player's move.
Yep.
Just the look on his face, it was not, I don't want to embarrass her. There was no compassion. There was no feelings of remorse. It was like, yeah, that's just it, that pretty dress on. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
she's walking away like,
Didn't he apologize though?
they had the reunion,
Yeah,
and he did
I did see
apologize,
that.
and he
Apologized
shed
that
some
day, too.
tears. He did apologize that day, but even with his apology, he still wanted to carry on the relationship.
And she's like,
But here's the non-negotiable: like you not gonna lead me to the altar, or lead me to the well and
On
draw
TV.
out the pond
on TV.
on TV.
And we're going to continue to go.
And then you want to ask me to give you grace and stay in this relationship of uncertainty?
Well, you know, when I think about that, I think about what was she feeling before she decided to move past her radar, right? Like, what was she feeling? Oh, perfect example, Princess Diana.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you all, I follow the royal family. I'm not sure if you ever heard her commentary, well, her talk about her feelings before she went down the aisle. She wanted to throw up. She was sick. She kept hearing, don't do it. She kept hearing also, you won't be queen. You know, you're going to go through a lot. I remember her saying that, but you won't be queen. All those signs, but she just loved him and she wanted to be with him. But all those signs, even when she put that dress on, was like, don't do this.
But she did it because of the pressure.
The pressure and the visual, right? And so I'm just saying, what was the young lady said at the altar? What did she feel? You didn't feel no, I don't know.
And I think I knew Clay didn't want to marry her a long time ago because he kept saying his fear that he would not be faithful.
That was his fear.
From his father.
That is
And so it's like, I think if I put myself in that relationship, I can see where I've gave grace because I'm like, yeah, but if I just keep loving him, if I just keep doing this, then he'll see that he's making the right decision.
Ooh.
And I think AD spoke to that in the house. She said that, and this is not to quote her verbatim, but she basically said that she picks the project. It's like, why don't you see the flags? Like, why don't you just walk away? But she was like, there I go. If for some reason those are the type I go for.
Can you please like reiterate or just break down project? Because I've heard that before and I have a story about that. But when you say project, for the people in the back, explain that, please.
Rhonda, you want to explain it? Because you get projects. And that's not...
Now, what we not gonna do today is we not gonna beat up on Rhonda today. We let some go before, but today...
That's not shade.
It
I know projects because... Okay, let me do it then. And then you chime in.
And then I'm gonna come
and
on
she
the back.
gonna tell.
And I can agree. I got a story, girl. I got a
can
story.
agree, but I don't know if I want to.
I don't have projects, but I have a cousin who has a trend of picking projects, or he used to. He's getting better. But I know the project is that they need a lot of help in several different areas. And because you see that you can help them, you would jump in, but also you helping them keeps them attached to you. Because if you didn't offer that help, they wouldn't be attached to you. So you picked up that project because it was something that you wanted out of that person.
Yeah. So I want to speak to that though for real because because I have had a lot of project relationships. It's mainly been the emotional side, guys being broken or not really sure what they want, and the empath in me wants to heal and to show you a better way, but I end up getting trampled on. So that project spirit, whether it's usually mainly emotional. There's been a couple of broke ones here and there, but mainly it's been that lack of emotional intelligence or the lack of even spiritual intelligence most recently that I have endured. But yet I feel like if I maybe tweak a little something here and there, it'll help. And you can't break yourself to make somebody else secure.
And you say tweak something in yourself to make, that makes sense.
Well, who's not broken? Let me get that idea. What's the level of, I guess the question is, there is no non-broken person.
Yeah.
Right? So what's your level of brokenness? Like, how do you measure your level of brokenness? Because I'm broken. Everybody here got some brokenness, right?
Absolutely.
Like,
And that's what I want to say when we say project. I don't think everyone's a project, right? Yes. So
I'm not a project.
But I guess what I mean. But I think of it in the term. Oh, I knew I was coming. Look, I said that in the wrong direction.
Everybody has brokenness.
But I
definitely got some brokenness.
But I guess when I think of project, right, and I'm going to align this with project management. When I say project, I'm only saying something to work on. It is not when your boss creates a project for you or you create a project for your employees, it's something that needs to be done. I don't care if it's only 2 things that needs to be done. Hey, I need these things done. Categorize a project. For me, it's like, don't look for a man that ain't got no project manager. That's the problem.
Oh,
That's the problem. You can be a project, honey, but you need to be your own project manager.
Okay.
That's the thing. From my little experience, my little funky 28 years on this earth, I'm telling you now, there's something is gonna be with somebody. It's gonna be something. It is not about to be everybody got it all lined up. It's gonna be something. So I'm just like, okay, are you your own project manager? Cool.
Do you have an assistant?
Yeah. Well, right, because I don't want to be your assistant. I can be your consultant.
Okay.
You can come consult to me about some things for your
Hopefully
project.
the assistant ain't your sister and your mom. All right.
You need to outsource.
Okay.
You need to outsource.
Yes, correct. So here's where I'm coming from, because this is personal for me. And on your show, we keep it real.
We keep it real. That's the only reason why we're here.
Ain't no lies told.
No.
Okay. So for what you were saying, I'm not a project. For the people in the back, I ain't never been a project. But for people that didn't know me and they knew my husband, they was like, he's the fixer-upper for his previous relationships. And I would always say, let me tell you something. I ain't no project, but if I meet a real man that wants to help me with my goals and we work together as a team, that is our business.
Come on.
And at the end of the day, it could have been him. It could have been him. It could have been him. But do not label me as a project. Because trust me,
because my man want to take care of me.
Come on now. I've been supported before I met him. I have a great family before I met him. I have a wonderful support system and a wonderful village before I met him. So that right there, they didn't know me then, but they know me now. All right. I am not a project, but I do believe in a relationship. If you come to a conversation where you and that person have an understanding of what your relationship is supposed to be about, that's all that matters.
That's true.
This outside influence, I'm sorry that you're miserable. I'm sorry,
that is
sis.
true.
I'm sorry, bro.
That is
you're
true.
miserable, but don't bring that over here. So
That
yeah,
is
I'm not a
true.
project, but I do believe in working together to help each other.
Yeah.
I think we're all saying the same thing, because if you are open, I can't sit here for the rest of my life. I'm going to be working on myself. I'm going to be 30, I'm going to be 40, I'm going to be 50, and I'm going to be learning. And then this person that I love is going to have to adjust to these changes that are making. So I think it depends on how you define project. I don't define it as in a negative state. And the thing I think that what you guys have said, what you mentioned was for that example about where you see a red flag and then you think you can fix it. If there's a man saying, hey, I have some issues with faith or fidelity, you're not wrong. Thank you. I'm glad that you're in tune with your emotions. I'm glad that you understand that you need to go work on this. What's wrong with you? But if I decide to go and continue on with you, you're not leading me on. You're a man. If you're gonna say I got fidelity issues, you still rolling? Let's roll. I mean, that's just what it is. So I think the issues become when we look at people and we want to fix something. Yeah. Does it need to be fixed? Like, I guess where I'm at in my life is like my partner now, this is how he's coming to me, Erianna. This is who this man is. He ain't lied about it. He's been this way. He's told you his struggles. How come you're now like gonna beat up on him about what he's going through? But he already told you this. It's not a surprise. It's not like he's lying to you. It's not like he lied and guided.
That comes back to Cherie's point. What are the non-negotiables?
And that was what I was about to say.
What are they?
It's a red flag when you cross the non-negotiable. It's not a red flag if you're okay with, let's say, you have a history of your family being drinking, right?
Right.
And then for you, your non-negotiable is my man can't drink. Well, it's a red flag if he was like, I'm about to stop at the liquor store, you want something. That's a red flag for you. You know what I mean? So it's not a red flag until your non-negotiable, that line is crossed or it's attempted to be crossed. Now, red flag, you need to be aware.
But I want to say something back to the brokenness thing, because I like to think if you've done work on yourself, I don't call myself broken. I may be bruised, but I'm not broken.
That's good.
Because
That's a good way to
I've done work and I'm continuing to do work on myself. Am I getting it right all the time? No. But it's part of understanding the healing process is that it's going to take steps and it's going to take experiences that's going to come up that's going to help you focus on another area that you may have kept, falling over a couple of times.
I want to talk about my non-negotiable.
What's your non-negotiable?
You don't put your dick nowhere else.
That's
my non-negotiable.
For me too. But
You don't put that nowhere else.
No,
I don't share.
No, for real.
I do not share. I do not share. I don't know shit.
She don't share her dinglings at all. Oh, you ain't ever asked her about her non-negotiables.
It is such I can't see no more. I can't hear no more.
That's it.
Because you are not going to tamper with my stuff with what you had with somebody else. Oh
Throw my whole pH off.
Let me tell you.
With your community dick. No, we're not finna do that.
Community dick.
That's exactly what it
We're
is.
not doing community dick.
I can't do infidelity. I can't handle it. I know me. I'll walk away from the best thing just because of infidelity. I know I'm not that fight for your marriage.
Some women take them back. Some women are
Girl,
okay
let me
with
tell
that.
you.
Some people in general are okay with that. You did it this time. Oh my gosh, we'll work through it.
I just
you did
can't
it
work
this time.
through it.
Yeah, that is not a non-negotiable.
Well, my
for a lot
husband
of-
yelled at me.
non-negotiable for
I don't even
them.
want him to yell at me again. Let know him screw on me.
Isn't.
Huh?
If Patrick yell at me, I got a problem with that. I can't even get that out of my head for 30 days. And he ain't yelling abusive, but he just had to raise his voice and do this stuff. You be like, okay, do it again. Nah. It takes me 30 days. I'm like, because we need to go see a therapist because you raised your voice, So let know you go share that dang-a-lang. No, baby, I'm about this.
Because you know what? Because let me tell you, if you felt some tingling down there, now I'm thinking.
Oh, Lord. Yep.
Now I'm thinking. And then another thing, I have a daughter. We're very close. I remember when she was young and she still wants to take bubble baths with me. We get in. You are not giving my baby nothing.
That's true. Yeah.
Because we having mother-daughter time and we in the tub throwing bubbles, and then I want.
Now gonorrhea's floating around your back.
You're not gonna disturb me. No, you're not gonna disturb me.
I
gonna have peace.
That's
in
gonna
that
disturb
area,
your
I'm
peace.
having peace.
All the peace. The peace. Nobody's at peace. We just wildin'. Yeah, I can't come back. So I agree. Sarah, what's your non-negotiable?
Well, it's not that. I mean, no. I know. I'm saying, and this, I don't even know. Well, I can say it. I don't think, like, both of my marriages, y'all know I've been divorced. I was never cheated on, so I never really worried about, I guess, that part, because at least I don't think I was never cheated on. And that was my husband. Now that was his non-negotiable for, no stepping out, like we don't get down like that. And I don't get down like that, but I'm just like, some people, friends of mine, have taken men back, have taken women back, literally after they talked through it. It could have been a break, y'all. It could have been, we weren't seeing eye to eye, so I was messing with this person. So I just feel like you do have compassion and you do have that come to Jesus meeting with each other. And if you feel like, come on now, like 80% of your relationship is on point, and then this one mistake or whatever that they made, I feel like there's still hope. I do.
Well, I'm gonna have to make a mistake too then.
Because
everybody got to come
I feel
in.
the big D in my spirit. It ain't giggling. Oh, God. I feel the big divorce.
I'm about to make a mistake.
That mistake is going to cause
I'm
you
about
the
to
divorce.
shop for a mistake. Because we're coming back on
Okay.
equal grounds.
But my non-negotiable is my spirituality.
Oh, see, now I was hoping somebody hit on that.
No,
I was
if
hoping.
we are not on the same page spiritually, I can't talk to you. I'm just.
I like that.
And I've learned that.
I wanted you to tap on that.
We can't. So I thought that if you're saved and we at least have the same Bible, but if we have different doctrines, it's a whole nother mountain. So I realize now that's a non-negotiable. Lying is a non-negotiable. We said cheating. Yeah, lying is really, because I can't trust you.
But when you told me his spirituality was, in my mind I thought like,
Everybody
Rhonda, how is that gonna work?
Everybody
But I did.
said that.
I'm like, I'm gonna let me see how it's play out, because I'm like, you love your God. You're a God-fearing, strong woman. You're a praying woman, and you don't teeter-tot when it comes to the Word of God. So I was like, I don't know how that's gonna play out.
So the conversation originally was, let's respect each other's differences. But as long as we're still praying to the same God and we still, the scriptures is saying, but then when you're trying to convert me, when I said I'm not going to be converted, that's when a lot of conflict came in.
I'm trying to understand converted. Now, you both have
Because it was a different, no. Converted to their doctrine.
No, but that's the thing. The doctrine is Christ. The doctrine is the love of Christ, right? So what are we converted to?
The man-made law. The man-made law.
Okay, are you going to accept my religious views, or am I going to accept yours?
Exactly.
We just
I
gonna
can
know what God
I can
say about
only
it.
accept his, because mine's got mocked. But over time, I had to You know, like, wait a minute now, this don't look like respect.
Right.
You know, and so then a lot of arguments started to happen because I'm not.
Because he wasn't respecting your doctor.
So, and that makes me, so if we going on to mine, what about when you're learning your non-negotiables? Because I think that is so easy. Well, I don't do this, I don't do that. I'm gonna tell you right now.
I didn't know that
it's
was
been a
one
lot
for
of
me.
stuff that I was like, I ain't gonna do, and I done it, and I didn't set through it, and I've allowed it, and I was like, I'm never gonna, you know. So I think that, like, where I'm at, you also have to give yourself that patience to learn your non-negotiables. Because things change in your life.
That's so good.
What if you say, this man, like, and it's really hard. I'm not a black and white person, and I don't think I'm ever gonna be.
I love it.
And I think that's probably my problem. And I don't think it doesn't make me not strong. I have to accept that. Like, it doesn't mean I'm not a strong woman,
Right.
but I am open. I'm open to change. I'm flexible.
I love it.
So I can say, you never cheat on me. I can't do that. But I don't know how I'm gonna feel 20 years and we got kids and we have a family and you cheat on me, but I've been treating you bad because I've been frustrated at work. So then you slept with somebody out of like something crappy happened, and you know, I can't. There's so many things that I'm like, it's hard to say like I will not, because if the Lord is like, that's your husband, you're gonna take that man back, we're gonna work it out, then I don't know, because I feel like you got your non-negotiables, but what is the higher power telling you? Because does that come into play? Like,
But here's the thing, as it relates to cheating never has anything to do with what you did or didn't do. That is a selfish act that somebody has chose to do, has nothing to do with you neglecting them because you were working or you were frustrated. It's a lie, and it's gaslighting to make someone feel like they were cheated on because of something they didn't do.
Well, I do.
There's a responsibility there.
Yeah.
No, I do believe you have to take accountability for your actions. So if you've been deprived in your relationship and things, yeah, you need to take accountability for your actions. But at the same time, and I've seen when you sit down with a therapist, okay, so now you're in a relationship. Like, I'm big on like sex, for instance. I don't know if I could be with a man that's not gonna fuck me.
I know that's right.
Not gonna happen.
Yeah, no.
That's not. So
I don't want you to either. That's frustrating.
So
that's an argument.
I can't.
Yeah.
So for me, that's like one of my non-negotiables. Like, if somebody asks me, that's a non. Like, I need some dick.
That's a non-negotiable. That's a non-negotiable.
That's a non-negotiable. But what happens when he falls down the stairs and something happens? He can't.
And I was going to ask you that. I was going to ask you.
So that's what I'm saying, though. But this is real conversation.
I was going to ask you that. What happens when he can't perform?
But this is where self-control comes in. And
Forever, for the rest of your life?
But if you marry that person,
I guess there are toys.
And you vow to
keep
them.
It real and raw.
And you vow to them, and something happens. This is why having self-control is so important before you get married, because getting married doesn't change your appetite or your desire.
Well,
go ahead.
So you got to do.
So jumping in there with that, Rhonda, one thing, when you said that, I think we have to keep in mind when it comes to not just, oh, I have self-control, I don't have self-control. People don't marry for life now. People just don't marry for life. People do not marry for better or for worse, because it's not a question of, okay, you can't serve me sexually now, what do I do? Well, this is non-negotiable for me now. So I guess that's where your growth comes in, and now it's a non-negotiable, boo, because your girl is ready.
Right.
You know?
And I'm absolutely not saying, if I'm loving my life and something happens, we can't have sex, you're not taking that from me. Yeah. Something happens. See, it's different. I'm big on this, and some women might not agree. I'm sorry. As a woman, I'm always going to keep myself up. Yeah. I'm always going to keep myself together. I think it's really unfair when women, the man he got with you looking a certain way, being a certain way. I think it's very unfair to, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. No, you're
going to change, Erianna.
Yeah, but I'm going to change.
You're going to change a lot.
But what I'm saying, though, is I'm going to keep eating healthy. I'm going to keep keeping my body right. And I hope that you do the same to your best ability. Hear me out. Hear me out to your best ability.
Hold on.
To your best ability.
But I got married and I look like a mop head 90% of the time.
It's crazy, but you don't, though.
Really? If you be in my house, please have me looking.
But I think
FaceTime me.
Too deep into
no, but she gonna do that. Hold on.
You gonna definitely do it.
Hold on, she gonna do that, but he can still cheat. You gonna do all of that.
You gonna do all of that, and but she's saying she's doing it for herself.
Yeah, I'm talking about for myself, like not cheating. Like,
that's true.
Not like reasons for cheating. People gonna cheat, and if you're dogs, he gonna cheat.
Yeah.
But I guess what I'm saying is, why do we feel like even my partner now, it's just like I constantly keep my hair down. I constantly do things, so you don't have to work. Like I think it's kind of jacked up. Like I want somebody, and maybe that's a non-negotiable. You need to keep yourself up. Is all I'm saying. Like it's not about like. It's not like you need to do this or I'm gonna cheat. It's just I want you looking nice. Like I don't mean like when we in the house chilling and when you just laying back. I mean like damn, we can't go do nothing.
Because I'm just thinking about I get the most compliments when I'm looking.
I'm gonna be cute in the house. You know why?
Now Rhonda got that.
Yeah, like you're not gonna come home and see me in rollers and do
I'm
rags.
glad you understand that.
I do that for bedtime.
I'm very glad you understand
I do that for bedtime.
I'm gonna have one sock on.
So the way I am is consistent.
Girl,
if you
I'ma be
choose to cheat, that was on you.
Well, listen, and I hate that I brought that up. I want to take that out.
Wait a minute, hold on. Where is my other mic? Arlene, I need to hear, where's my other mic? Arlene, because you've been married, how many years?
31 years.
Okay, 31 years. You have to give it up for 31 years, baby, okay? Arlene, how many times have Ali seen you like this or just looking like a scallywag?
Personally, at home,
Yeah.
I don't look like a scallywag because I always try to look my best, right? Not just for him, but for myself, right? For myself, right? It's not about him all the time, but I feel as a woman, I always look my best. I don't get up in the morning, hang out with my night clothes on. I get dressed, right? I get dressed.
I need to do better. So I just wanted to hear from somebody who's been married 31 years because I was finna tell you from my perspective, little old 2.5-year married self. But
you look fine,
I gotta
regular.
do better. No,
I
be
guess that's
telling.
my problem. I'm not.
No, baby. Yeah. I even tell Patrick like I'm gonna do better because I know I get up and I keep them night clothes on. I just go straight to the desk, and the night clothes literally just be like it could be just a towel wrapped around me because I'm naked. So I didn't woke up and threw the blanket around me and sit at the desk, titties hanging, everything, just all day working.
Patrick liked them titties.
Yes, he liked them. Patrick always telling me like, you look good. But my daddy would FaceTime me sometime, and my cousin Luther, they would FaceTime me, and my daddy said one day, he said, oh, what's going on with your hair, daughter? And I was like, oh, Lord, why are you FaceTiming me? Instantly but I was like, I literally said, my goal, I'm getting better with elevating my casual, because sometimes me and Patrick run to the store, he'd be like, you wearing that? And I'm like, what's wrong with this?
When a man say that.
I gotta do better and my sister gets on me too. And I was like, you know what? Let me get up because Patrick don't need to come home and see this all day. Let me do something. So I agree with both of you. I should do better and it should be for me because when he first got here, he didn't have that problem. But now, child, just...
So I definitely say for the single women because...
And I'll talk for the married. Go ahead.
Okay, I definitely say that has to be a habit because it should never just be for that person, like Miss Arlene said. So I may, and here's the thing, I may be in pajamas, but they semi-sexual.
Yeah, you always sexy, Rhonda.
And it's just because I want to feel good. I want to feel good because there's nobody there, so I'm not doing it for anybody. I'm in practice.
And that's the thing. Before Patrick came, I slept in lingerie every night. And it's so backwards.
Because you don't want none that night.
Cheré, you know Kiana dancing.
Yeah.
We both know her. She said that, I don't know if we were at a comedy show, but she made a comment about, I'm single and doing them like Rhonda, dressed to the nines, and I'm talking to my married girlfriends, like, girl, I be wearing my robe, I be wearing my bonnet, whatever. I think there should be, this is my personal thing. Sometimes, yes, I will be a little bit more comfortable, but I've also grown and I've matured because before I used to be like, well, look at you. That's, my slick mouth. I'm like, well, hold on.
They're visual.
Especially if they say something. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute, that's the Florida girl coming out. But I do understand, like, there's also, like, some bad dresses. And my husband be like, Sarah, you'll kill that. Like, he would do that because he know my body and all that stuff. So I do think sometimes I might be a little bit more comfortable, but I do try to, like, when I know he's coming home, I try to be looking like Scallywag or whoever else.
Right.
But I have small children, so I can't be too sexy walking around the house and my 13-year-old daughter looking at me like, Mom, what you got on?
You still could do it
10-year-old, what you got on, Mommy?
It could be satin.
Yeah,
it could
I have
be
small children,
You
too,
still
so.
could do like satin pajamas.
Yeah, I have those.
With, the
I have
top and the
those.
bottom, but it ain't flannel.
I can't do what I really want to do, though.
Right.
That's
But you know what?
different.
So in
Because of my
other
daughters.
words, don't wear a T-shirt with a big teddy bear on it.
Right, I won't do
But
that.
my husband thinks that's sexy. He's like, I like when you wear my T-shirt.
I said a big T-shirt with a teddy bear on it.
With a, oh yeah, not that. Yeah.
You said his T-shirt.
It has to be his T-shirt. He does like when I wear his T-shirt.
It
Yeah.
differs in different
But I
households.
get it. I do need to do. But it's the hair, baby.
Well, I think, and just to say with what Arlene said, my thing is the reason I care so much because I do care about that for me. So for me, if I get with a man, that's important to me because it's important to me. Like
I love that.
I have it really is, and I'm dealing with it right now. But it's just that people hit depression, children, post-traumatic. Like I do think we need to be cognizant of what's going on in your significant other's life. That you just got to be knowing that. But I do think for both, not just women, I think for the man too.
Oh, and
like,
I do
baby,
be getting
don't
on
want
Patrick
you-
like, oh, you looking like Grady.
But
I'm
think
always
about it.
judging him.
Right.
And I'm sitting here looking like, ain't
do
your
we
mama.
really do that? Think about like when you're that belly baby.
Yes.
That belly baby.
Yes.
When I go to sleep, like,
The belly is a whole nother
for the man.
conversation.
No, but I'm saying it's different things. So
I'm talking about for the man.
I don't want to be like I have to tell myself, girl, you not shot like you ain't gotta have Gucci and we be rich and nothing. I'm just saying, like, if somebody said, hey, y'all want to go to lunch, I don't want to, because it's happened. I don't want to go out and they're like, something ain't matching. Is this, this look the janitor? What is going on?
Not
Like,
the janitor.
and let me take that back because I was just so ignorant. Let me take that back. But just the vibe, it's giving janitor vibes. It's just giving warehouse vibes.
What is it, a mechanic?
You mechanic.
Yeah.
And it's like, you fine. I'm telling you, I love my partner, fine, whatever. He could look like a bum, not look like a bum. I love him. It's deeper than that. But it's just for me, I know you don't want to go, well, I'm all looking at certain, he always said, he like, damn, we just going to the grocery store. Why are you doing all that? Yeah. But me, I'm like, I don't care. I can run into whoever in the grocery store, but it's
That's right.
But it
It does
makes
something
me
for
feel
you.
good. It makes me feel good. So I feel good. But if I'm feeling good, you liable to get some head.
Exactly. That's true.
You liable to get
That's
those
true.
toes
That's
rubbed.
true.
I'm giving you.
That's true.
I feel good. So
That's
I can
true.
love you better
I
when
can
I
see
feel
that.
good. Absolutely. And so when he's walking around bummish, he know it. So he be down. He in his head. Maybe the money ain't right. I get all that. So it's like.
But go to the barbershop. Come on.
Go
let's
to
get
the
this.
barbershop.
Come on.
Just fucking
Yeah.
go to the.
I blame the pandemic though, because I used to go to the mall and grocery. I wore heels. That's why I got back problems now every single day. My daughter be like, "We going to the mall?" Like I'm in heels, and my whole family know every day. But pandemic came, and I guess we didn't get dressed no more. Like I
Not as
got
much,
tons
yeah.
of clothes in the closet.
Yeah.
So now my thing is, ooh, I don't want to wear that because then I gotta have a cleaner's bill. So let me save. I'm saving everything. But I don't know why, but I'm saving. But I think it's the pandemic because I was the same way. I dress all the time and never always in heels. So I think
It
it's
goes
pandemic.
with your
But I got to get my
significant
life
other.
together. You just taught me something.
What goes with your significant other? Like, I do also think, because even with my part, it's like, well, you don't have to do all that. But for me, on the other end, I'm like, I do want you to be a certain way. So that's obviously a clashing that we're trying to grow through. Is him not constantly being ready to go or maybe going on lunch break going to make or break us? No. But I also think with me continuing to give patience and grace, and then the other thing is like, okay, when a man can't shop, sometimes you shop for him.
I want to celebrate her. I want to celebrate her because when I was that age, I was not thinking
Baby,
like
me
that.
either.
But I like the fact that she said something very important, that it's y'all.
It's us.
Y'all talk about it.
We talk about it.
There you go. So then the outside influence don't even matter.
And I heard Sarah say this. Sarah say this. That's the second time I heard you say that. And I know I'm experiencing that in my life, in my marriage, my family. If somebody else, okay, I would just say this generally. Marriage typically can work well if you both have a non-negotiable of outside influences.
That is so true. That is true.
Some snake has to get into the marriage to mess it up.
Yep.
Not the snake.
It's a snake. It's the knock at the door. That's where your partner really brings out your weakness, your soreness. Your partner really shines a light on the areas in your life where you need work.
Yep.
And I know that's why God put marriage, and he's such a fan of marriage, because you get better. If you're willing to work on, you be your own project manager, you get better, right? But if there's an outside influence of any kind, the girl at work, the cousin, the mama, the kid,
if they got that ear,
girl, if they're in your spouse's ear, that snake is
a tough
in the
battle.
house. It is in the garden, and it's gonna be a mess.
I've heard
That's a non-negotiable.
I'm with you on that, but I've heard from someone that I recently was dating, they could say what they want. It doesn't affect me.
Oh, it does.
I said, they're planting seeds.
Yes.
They're planting seeds.
Their garden.
They're planting seeds. And over time, I hear it come out your mouth.
Yeah.
So it was affecting you.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something that happened to me. In my very new marriage, there was a family member who was speaking to my husband, and I just brushed it off. I brushed it off. I was like, I cannot micromanage nobody. I'm busy. I got stuff going on. Girl, that caused so much trauma and traumatic influence in my marriage, because that I don't know if I should have stopped it. I could have stopped it, but it was the outside coming in, and I was quiet about it.
Brushing it off.
Quiet about it. I said what I said. I said, cut it off. You didn't cut it off, and I didn't throw a fit about it. I didn't rebel. But do I need to put all that energy into I done told you what I said. I done said what I said. Am I gonna run around here keep micromanaging you and your family, talking about me behind my back? Or
That family, girl.
that's that family.
That's sad, though.
So
It's
am I gonna
family.
run around micromanaging that? That's a no-go. I don't have time for
Get
that.
outta
You're a
here.
grown person. You should know to respect what I have to say. So yes.
So I would say, it wasn't like I just ignored it. I would say have long conversations, bring a third party involved that has high wisdom, and that person still felt like it's no big deal. And I said, that is a non-negotiable for me.
It's a non-negotiable.
And it's a deal breaker. So
It
at
is.
some point, it's going to become a problem. And then at the end of it, it was thrown up in my face, because this was, I'll just give you an example. It was a female friend who liked him, said bad things about me, but he didn't like her, so it was okay. She can continue to, and I'm like, but then it got flipped back on me that I can't be with a woman that don't want me to have female friends. I have guy friends.
Right. It ain't that.
But ain't none of them liking me, and ain't none of them talking bad about you.
Right.
How is that like?
Yes.
If you don't like us, you don't like neither one
like,
of us.
You don't like you don't like my finger. You don't like my eyes.
Yeah, exactly.
We one.
It's
We go
it.
together.
No.
We're part of the same body.
Yeah.
It was a whole
We're
problem.
not doing that. Okay, so who did not do a non-negotiable? Because I want to get to the other part. You didn't do a Sarah said religion, her spirituality. What's your non-negotiable with relationships? Oh, she did.
I did say a few.
She did.
But I also said,
Just give me one. Give me one.
because I'm learning them. But what
Yeah,
I can
you're
say
learning.
right now, what I can say right now, I'm gonna not take the sex out. I'm gonna take the sex out.
Oh, that's right. You gotta fuck you.
You have to fuck me. You gotta bring what God gave
She
you.
said, I forgot.
Bring what
Sorry.
the Lord has given you to me.
Okay.
Bring what the
I
Lord
forgot.
has given you to me. Give it to me what He gave to you. What He gave to you, give it to me. Why is you holding back? Why is you holding back?
right, sis.
So-
Don't teach. I feel like you teaching my husband a new. We're gonna be around the house. Give to me what the Lord gave to you. Don't give Patrick nothing new. You done gave him a say. Give to me what the Lord gave to you. All right, what's your non-negotiable?
I had a few, but I'll just go with lying.
Yeah, you did.
I
say
said
lying.
cheating, too.
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Abusive.
did. You did. Okay, so maybe I got lost. Mine is infidelity. That's just a non-negotiable for me.
Period. Straight up. I don't care
Period.
what's
Dry.
going on. The
That's
world
it.
ended. I don't give a damn.
Okay.
You didn't have none in 90 days. I don't care
All
what
I
it
see
is.
next to you is I don't give a damn.
I don't give a damn. We ain't doing that because we too grown. It's just, if that's what you want, just go. And if that's what I want,
Or we got to get even. I got to have what
Yeah,
you
you
have.
know,
I got to go
yeah.
get something too now.
I'm definitely gonna get even. I'm gonna get my lick back. I'm gonna get my lick back.
We got to come on equal ground.
Yes.
We got to come back to the table on equal ground.
Yeah, so we both can be forgiven at the
So
same
now we
time.
Jada and Will.
It don't make no sense for me to be doing all the forgiving.
That's what I was just thinking.
No, No, but that's why it just don't even need to happen because let me just go on about my business because I'm going.
When you do it, I'm gonna do it worse.
If you could do it, I could do it better.
Right. And I could definitely, Then that's why it's like just go because I'm never gonna get that out of my head, and I'm gonna want my leg.
They can't take it. If you cheat on a man, he act like his psyche is messed up.
Yeah, you cheat on him, it's like I do think that, I'm lying. I don't think that men are more forgiving. I'm lying. My husband is different, child. So that's a whole nother episode. Non-negotiables in corporate America. I don't know if I want to go to corporate America or if I want to go to friendships. I think we talk about friendships a lot, and I think we might have tapped on that in the very first one. So if y'all haven't seen our non-negotiables when it comes to friendships, go back, watch a few more episodes. Let's go with the corporate America in the workplace.
I will speak. You can't yell at me.
Ooh. They do that in corporate America now?
Girl, you cannot yell at me. I remember being told, shut up. Men, right? One thing I can't do is for you to raise your voice at me and demean me like I'm a child because you have a sense of authority or not. That's a non-negotiable for me because, and another one, it's the same thing. Sneaky comments.
Oh, we had that conversation today.
In the email right now, in the conversation right now, we're going to call it up. We're going to talk about it right now. I'm going to say it real quick. We're going to clear it up. We're going to erase it. We're going to move forward.
Do you find yourself being like with a few women that look like you in that space?
I never really pay attention to the women that look like me. I never pay attention to my complexion. I do work with a lot of international, specifically Indian people, and there's a cultural dynamic there when it comes to how the men act toward the women, how the women respond to the men, and I'm just me. Okay. Yeah, so it just really doesn't matter who's there and why.
Well, I'm typically, I stand out. So I don't know if I was going.
That's true, but you know what? It's a part with the standing out. It's to look good.
I know that's
it's
right.
It's to look so good. If you don't know, in corporate America, I promise you, a huge part of your acceptance and being adopted into the culture is how you look.
Yes.
It's necessary. Black girls were already known to be louder, flashier. We have short hair one day, we have long hair next day. Our booties we're wider and juicier, so we have to be careful if our thong is showing or our panties are showing. That is so important in front of men of different cultures and ethnicity. You have to be careful with those things. So if you're standing out, girl, look good. And when I say look good, I don't have to wear pink lipstick to look good. I can be hot gloss, just a nice gloss, but make sure you are clean, Ralph Lauren type of Banana Republic. Just go with those brands. Right. Let me just talk about brands.
And that's important. That I have to think like that, because if I'm not like that, I feel like I'm also standing out.
You standing out.
Right. So if it's only a few of us.
So you're the only black person?
Typically, that's what I work in. I come from a banking background, finance, sales.
Mm-hmm. It's just a lot of men.
And I'm typically like, it's like 2 or 3 of us, and we just try to buddy together. But my non-negotiable is micromanaging. I feel like
I don't know how you forgot that one. I don't know how Felicia forgot that one.
But we all grown, and I'm like, micromanaging in the building is one feeling, but if you're trying to micromanage me online, virtually, we work out in the field, we work from home, like this is a new day, right? And you trying to do this on the email and on the Zoom calls.
No, because baby, I'm going to take a break.
Jesus, help me, Lord.
That is so good.
I can't stand it. I just feel like we're all grown. We can have like those sidebar conversations. We can talk offline, but like you say, the little sneaky comments and all that stuff, that boils my spirit, because I'm just like, you don't know.
That's so good.
The hood will come out. It will, but I try to keep it corporate and try to keep it professional, but it's very hard sometimes when they try to do this whole, like you say, position power is what we call it.
Yeah.
You're in a certain position, you got a certain title, you act in a certain way, and I'm going to bring you right on back down.
Bring you down.
Because I can't do it. But micromanaging is my
I love that one.
How about you?
You know some of my stories that I've told you, and I'm not going to be embarrassed to admit this, but really all the way around, I'm working on non-negotiables completely. So I'm in the workplace and I'm just tolerating all type of things because, and we're talking corporate. It's my first, I've been an office manager here in Georgia for the last going on 3 years in June. It's my first time I'm an office manager for a billion-dollar tech company. And I've been dealing with some very interesting, inappropriate things. So I
told Erianna she's a rich bitch.
Because of the stuff I've dealt with, is lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit potentially. So I think my non-negotiables, once I have it in solid and I do it, would probably be inappropriate comments. Yeah. Like don't because I'm a very open, friendly, you know, we already said I'm kind of Rose a little bit. We didn't say a little bit. Okay, fine.
Got a couple of blonde streaks.
Okay, a couple of blonde streaks.
You definitely Rose.
But I'm very intelligent. I'm an intellectual.
No, Rose was very smart. No, Rose was smart.
But no, on a serious note, I am a little bit, you know, I just am. I look at the world as flower and roses, you know, whatever. But in real life, it's not like that, sweetie. And we in corporate, and these people is saying some jacked up stuff they ain't got no business saying. And like I learned, well, what did you mean by that? And to play dumb, and now that I think about, my mama always did tell me that. And I didn't know what she meant by that, because she used to say that because she deals with stuff being in the medical field. And now, after just talking, I'm like, yeah, I get it. And you can play dumb and catch them right there in the spot. But I deal with a lot.
The one thing, you will lose your position of authority. You will lose the strength of your brand, the grace of your presence, by letting sneaky comments.
Or not even lose it. It will never establish. I mean, like, one of the comments. Do you want to talk? Okay, I want to share one of the comments.
So everybody, please hold your butts to your seats. It's very important. Hold on, because y'all, it's about to be a lot of, if that was me.
Black women in corporate America.
Here we go. Anybody watching this right now, I have failed the black community.
No, you haven't. You haven't.
I want to hear it. Talk to me, girl.
So on a work trip, my supervisor had knew I had moved to Georgia and I was looking for a hairstylist or whatever or something. So she saw that my hair was braided and it's cute. She was like, "Oh, you seem to have found. I see you found a hairstylist." And I have another coworker.
Supervisor white, black, white.
Yep, everybody white.
Everybody pink.
That comment right there was already wrong.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I said, "Yeah, I'm happy. You know, I found someone." So the coworker, the white coworker that sat next to her, she turned to her, my supervisor turned to her and said, "Yeah, in her culture, getting their hair done is more important than a doctor's appointment."
Oh my God.
I feel like Pinky. Say one motherfucker.
I was so baffled.
Their culture.
And their culture.
Their culture.
And I sat there, and what's sad is
And
I
there's
have
no
definitely
EEOC claim yet?
I'm gonna just be honest. What's very sad, I think I was triggered by a lot. Triggered by the inappropriate comment, but triggered by the truth. I have canceled doctor's appointments.
She don't get to tell you.
That's immaturity. That's not black.
She don't get to tell you who you are.
DeMarlo, Felicia, we've had a lot of conversations about my corporate life. We have talked, and DeMarlo, let me hold on. It's not her place. So I was feeling salty and attacked for multiple things. It was like a lot going on in my head. Like I was like, I know this mother. Oh hell! And then there's another part like, well, you do be now look at you, you know. So I was feeling, and so all I did was because I was so sick that I was like, okay, I'm flew out here. You know, if I smack her, I'm gonna go to jail.
You definitely going to jail.
It was immediate. Like, what the fuck did you just say? Like, it was immediate.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But then I started. I don't know if it was the devil. I don't know if it was my own mind. Because then it was like, well, you just paid that hair.
Put you back in the box
for 2 weeks. So now I'm like, well, okay, I guess her comment had truth to it. So, but it's like, not everybody. You talking to me? You just put my whole culture in a group.
What does she know about that? What
does she know about the culture?
Who has the culture at?
Yeah.
I was just so, and then that whole time, it's so funny because we had went out and I had an attitude because I didn't know how to express.
And you were by yourself.
And I was by myself with nothing.
You should have called us. You should have three-way all of us.
Well, unfortunately, I texted Cheré and said I'm quitting.
And I said, why? What happened? She didn't text me back because she know I'd have been like calling.
And you know what? We've been
the head of the
long
head.
enough. Let me tell you, you call on your corporate sisters.
Yes.
Yeah. Because a lot of times in corporate America, there's a lack of black, especially black women. We get in our position and we're happy, and you're just the outsider, right? But the women in my life will often pull back and pull me up and counsel me and consult with me and tell me, no, Felicia, that's you need to correct that. No, Felicia, that's not acceptable. And I value that. You never sit there, girl, I'll be on the phone in the bathroom, Audrey, guess what?
This what they...
You call 911, no one can talk, so you have time to go back and address it.
Yes.
Like, can I talk to you for a moment?
I would have played dumb.
I would hate to go to HR.
I'm sorry, you said what?
Right. So we can
I would have did that in private. I would have did that in front of everybody because she acted out, I would ask the same question, made the same statement in front of everybody. I just want to go back to what you said. So our culture, because it just our culture. We get our hair done before we go to. What did you mean by that? Like, where'd you get that from?
And it was, and then it's like that's where the insecurity, that's where things step in, because sometimes I just want to quit my job and like start in another job and show how.
And it's gonna show up.
They're everywhere. So that lady is everywhere.
Well, I guess I know it's everywhere, but it's like I opened the door for her from the beginning of getting the job. I was so excited to have this opportunity to work. I kind of just I've allowed so much that now I don't know how to go back.
I would send an email. I would do it professional, like, can we?
Yes,
I would have a paper trail.
I would have a face-to-face and then a follow-up email. So just per our conversation.
I would do an email first.
You want to have that
paper trail. Because you got the meeting with her and then she said you came at her aggressive. No, have the email first and say, I plan to go to HR because of this comment. I want to talk to you. Put that in there because the comment was made. Now, she's going to try to retract it in all kind of ways, but it was made. And then you still follow suit. Document everything because that's what they do. And then make sure you're in distress because they in distress about everything. Oh, I can't sleep. Yeah. She looked at me like that.
But what's sad is I was in distress.
You were.
I really was in distress.
And you still are. I mean, at this point, I'm in distress.
I would not have confronted them right there because I know I need time to digest what they said. I need time to make sure that my response is not coming from the gutter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know when you're stuck in this corporate professional environment, you're like this. And so to let your guard all the way down in that moment, I can't do that. So I'm with you on that. Cheré was like, no, she know how to come corporate right away.
But that's what I
can't do that.
The reason I can't hold, I have to find some way to release because the holding for me is called, you're right. I don't know how to, the conflict resolution is like, how do you express your feelings without snapping?
Right.
That is what's not correlating in my brain. But once it's there, I know I'm going to be a superpower, unable
Cheré gave us the answer. Cheré has told us to give us, is it 24 or 48 hours?
48 hours.
That's the rule. Give yourself 48 hours.
You know, we just went through this.
Yeah, she gave us the recipe.
You even called me after my 48 hours because you was gonna text you. You was. She's gonna.
I'm gonna have to disagree with the 48 hours to a certain extent.
Okay. I saw Felicia over there.
It's the answer to everything. But why you disagree?
48 hours. I will schedule a meeting.
For
corporate, I'll have a meeting with HR. I'll invite HR. I invite you. I invite whoever I need as a witness in that call in the next 48 hours. But the instant, because people like to do this passive aggressive stuff, especially in corporate.
All the time.
Everybody forgets everything unless it's written down.
Yep.
So in that moment, even if you said, "Excuse me," that's right there. Let everybody know that everybody gonna remember.
Yep, they're gonna remember that.
I think we need, excuse me?
That's why I would be like, I'm sorry, you said, can
you
you explain that?
Right
Boom.
there. You don't have to do a lot. And I think what happens in corporate America as Black women, we need to coach each other. We need to consult each other. You need to come to the table with the problem so you can have the conversation. I remember going to my friend who was doing so well in corporate America, and I would tell her about a drama situation that was really pushing me in a corner. And I remember her saying this one thing to me, Felicia, you don't have a problem until you have a problem. And she would coach me through imagining what the problem would be. I can feel the problem coming, but she would pull me back. If we as Black women are not providing that to each other, I've been in corporate America for over 20 years, and I can tell you, being quiet is not your friend. You do not be quiet. You know how to speak. Now, that's where the support comes from. We can help you learn how to speak. It's nothing you're gonna pull out your hat. You're gonna have to learn how to speak. You're gonna have to learn leadership in yourself and for the people around you. Don't be quiet. Schedule a meeting for 48 hours, but don't sit back and be quiet.
Yeah. What's your non-negotiable?
I would say micromanaging and also respect. I work outside of real estate and everything else I do. I work in telecom and engineering area of cell phone towers. And so normally is Caucasian men, Indian men. You may have a Black female or Black male here or there, but normally is male dominant.
Yep.
And so just kind of making sure that we understand that regardless to my little height and my color and your stature, I'm gonna be respected. But I don't usually I haven't had any real problems. I had a Caucasian female supervisor that wanted to chastise me for something I didn't do. And when we went into the conference room, I let her finish. And then I cut her one.
And you let her have it.
Yeah, but it was at a way that she could receive it. So
Yes.
that piece that Felicia was talking about on how to respond, let them have their emotions, da 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 da. Well, for me, that's what it was. Let her, and then come back with the truth, and then the face goes red.
They do. I think my non-negotiable in corporate America is micromanagement as well. I've always worked for men. My first corporate America was nonprofit, which was with Omega Psi Phi fraternity, the international headquarters. So I pretty much, and prior to that, I was in the penal system, so I was with a lot of men as well, and it was like very disciplined. So now I'm working for 50,000 men of an organization, and it's their world inside of our world, basically. But so I was taught leadership from men, and it was harsh. It wasn't pretty all the time, but it was graceful, and it was, this is the rule, but this is the grace. And so I kind of have that same leadership from criminal justice into that. But now into the corporate America where there is, because they were all black in there. So now I'm out here and I'm with mixed races, mainly Caucasian, and I'm in the EA project management role. So I'm working for men. Caucasian men. And right now I'm in corporate America, and I'm working for or with a lot of Caucasian men. But there's one black woman who sits in this role with them, maybe a little bit higher. And what I've learned is that with 20 years of experience in what I do, I get that, because you're new here, like you don't know what you're doing. So
my skills are transferable.
And I would speak to her about it because she also sits at the table. Her team are white men. And so I watch how she carry herself, and baby, she don't blink. And she's younger too. She don't blink. And I admire that about her as well. I know mine's maybe a little stronger. Hers is very confident like mine, but hers is a little softer too, more matter of fact. So I've learned that even my response, I had told her, like, this is what I'm dealing with. And she's like, I got your back 100%. Whatever you need to do, whatever you want to do it. And she was like, do I need to get on the email, say anything? And she's like, keep doing what you're doing. And she's like, do you need my help? And I said, no, I think I just need to keep showing up to remind them that I know what I'm doing. So, but don't start micromanaging me, because then she comes out. Because one thing I do is a good job. I know my stuff. So micromanaging, I totally agree as well. Nobody would ever disrespect me, because I learned, I guess, over the years in corporate America, I've just learned I'm right there. The minute you show out, I'm going to give it right back to you. We could be on the stage.
Because you get to go home. What I desire more than anything is to be able to go home finally a day after work and not have to sit for 20 minutes thinking about, well, you should have said this, and you should have said that, and you didn't stand up for yourself here. No, Ari, it's not about being liked. I want to be respected. I do not care if you like me.
That is where you.
What's the name say? I woke up and I liked me today. Your like was extra, and I forgot I forgot her name. I'm shouting you out.
That was Lisa Nichols.
Yep, I love Lisa because she said that your like is extra. You're gonna respect me. I'm an office manager. I hold weight at this place.
Exactly.
You're going to respect me.
You support everything that they do. So
I have a question about that though. Two things. I'm an account executive, so I get it. But I have found that, maybe you can tell me this too, because the last time we talked about discernment. It's sometimes hard to trust the other black woman that is either on the team or that's around. And I heard you say that you actually adore her. She's younger, but y'all were there. So do you feel like the spirit of discernment allowed you to open up to her? And then my question to her would be, do you have another black woman that's somewhere around the vicinity, somewhere that you can maybe not tell everything, but at least have another voice that could guide you?
She does, and I told her who to get to. Yeah, I was like, go get with XYZ. So she was very confident, and she was very open. The first time I actually sat down with them was like during a Christmas, before they left the team meeting, and she was very vulnerable, and she talked about why she's at this company, because she could be herself, her black self. And she said, like, she talked about how her family, what they came from, her mom and dad are divorced, had a baby. Like, she was like, this is who I am. Now, while her siblings and her are very educated, make good money, but she still was herself. And I love that. And she hasn't been fake. She's been very supportive. Now, there is another Black girl on the team that's in a leadership role who has a problem with me. And I think it's because she tried to friend me, but I know that she was friends with everybody knew her. It was like, oh, everybody knows her. But I was like, yeah, because that was a sense of control. If I get to befriend everybody and do something nice for you, I kind of control you. Now you do what I say when I ask you, when I say. And so I picked up on that, and I don't do clicks, especially in corporate America. That's not what I'm just here for a check, okay? So I don't do clicks. So when I picked up on that's who she was, I had to remind her of who I am.
Come on
no,
now.
I'm not going to respond to your email right away. No, I'm not going to check my Teams every 2 minutes. I'm going to make you wait on purpose because I know that you're one that's going back talking. Yeah. So, yeah, there is a Black one there who does, it's sad, but the other Black woman, the leader, the director, I really appreciate her. On that note, y'all, we had a juicy, these non-negotiables can go on and on and on and on. I thank y'all so much for being transparent, vulnerable, bold. Thank you for coming to say something. Thank you so much. I think Rhonda was the reserve one on this. Everybody can vote. This was the reserve one on this episode.
I think I said some stuff.
No, I
said some stuff.
So we'll be back again. We are wrapping up season 5. So I cannot wait. It is going to, you don't want to miss the next episode. It's going to be amazing. And so on that note, I just want you all quickly, briefly, within 60 seconds to look to your camera there and give somebody a tip on their non-negotiables.
I say your non-negotiables is really setting boundaries for yourself. And the boundaries is not so much about keeping people out, but keeping you in. I've said that before. So don't let your non-negotiables go. It's how you keep your sanity. It's how you keep your value. And it's how you love on yourself.
All right. So the one thing I'm going to let you know is for your non-negotiables, make sure that they are yours. So do not go and figure out what other people's are, talking to other people, getting other people's opinion. Make sure that you are establishing and learning your non-negotiables. And if you're learning, that's okay. The quicker you pick up on it, the more time you save. But if you just make sure they're yours, that they belong to you.
So I would have to say with your non-negotiable, especially if it's something that you can't sleep at night, if you allow somebody to dictate what yours should be, just don't think that you're crazy for having non-negotiables. It's okay to have boundaries and to feel the way that you feel. And don't let, back to the outsiders, don't let the outsiders influence you for what your non-negotiables are.
Nice. I would say what you compromise to keep, you will lose. It is very important to not compromise yourself. It's okay to grow and change those boundaries, but like the other lady said, they're yours, and you reset those boundaries, but don't compromise.
All those tips that they gave are amazing. I dare not come on top of them. I want you to know that do you, baby. Do you, okay? Even with our tips and tricks, do you. What they say, swallow the meat, spit out the bone, do that in this situation. Here, Say Something with Cheré, where we have life-changing stories and impactful conversations. And until the next time, we encourage you to say something.